Elon Musk with a rare appearance outside Capitol Hill speaking to reporters about a few things here. So I wanted to hear what Elon Musk has to say. Looking forward to getting in this one. I've been wanting to do this video all day, just been a little busy nonetheless. So looking forward to jumping into this one.
I think the key point was really that it's important for us. It's important for us to have a referee.
This can't be serious. What in the world's going on back here? Mr. Monopoly Man tries to get close to Elon Musk. Come on, what is going on? Is that Mr. Peanut?
You have a referee in a sports game, or all sports games, and that the games are better for it to ensure that the players.
Look at this. Come on, man. What are we doing here? I'm trying to listen to Elon Musk. What is going on? This is so distracting.
The rules play fairly. I think it is important for similar reasons to have a regulator, which you can think of as a referee, to ensure that companies take actions that are safe and in the interest of the general public.
Did you tell them that AI is a double-edged sword?
Yes.
And what did you mean by that? Can you explain that?
Well, the metaphor?
Yeah, I mean,
well, if you have a sword with two sides, one side can get you, even though you're trying to get someone with the other side.
Right. When you're telling the senators that, though,
that's how it works.
What do you want them to take away?
I think it's more important to make sure your hilt is also you have a hilt, not a sharp thing.
Yeah. Fair enough. What do you think how do you think they took the message that you brought to them?
Well, I think it was very civilized discussion, actually, among some of the smartest people in the world. So I thought Senator Schumer did a great service to humanity here, along with support of the rest of the Senate. And I think something good will come of this. I think this meeting may go down in history as being very important for the future of civilization.
Do you think some legislation is going to come out of this?
Probably. I'm not sure what the time frame of that is, but the legislative process is not a swift one.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think things will go in the right direction generally. Senator Schumer, or Leader Schumer, did ask everyone to raise their hands in the room to see if they were in favor of AI regulation, and I believe almost everyone did.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Do you think any of the tech CEOs left and changed their minds? Do you think they were changed by anything they heard from the Senate side?
Well, I can't read their mind, but judging by the fact that they put their hands up when asked if they believed that some regulation is in order, I think I think it's clear that there's a strong consensus, overwhelming consensus that there should be some AI regulation, that it would be in the best interest of the people to do so. And I think,
yeah, but to be fair here, just to be honest, government has no clue about how to regulate it or what that means. So, you could be hopeful about regulation all you want, but I don't think they really have any conception or clue how to regulate this stuff or in what manner or, I think that's quite a while away.
I'll probably see something happen. I don't know on what time frame or exactly how it will manifest itself.
Yeah, that's the question. Is what were they going to do?
I don't know. I mean, there's clearly, we've created regulatory agencies before, and actually just recently, just before leaving, made the point that, while our regulatory agencies are not perfect, and I deal with regulators on a very frequent basis, with automotive, communications with Starlink, and then FAA with rockets. So I've had...
in the SEC, in the DOJ, and many others, like Elon Musk, you just name them all, okay? Just name them all.
Tremendous amount of interaction with regulators for, a couple decades at least. And while regulators are not perfect, there's no regulatory agency that I'm aware of that I think we should, at the federal level at least, that we should delete.
Yeah. Do you think there should be a department of AI or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly. Perhaps a department of AI. I think the probability of there being some sort of AI regulatory agency that stands on its own, similar to the FAA or FCC, is likely at some point.
You think so?
I think so. Now,
okay, if the Terminator situation ever happens, let's be very clear, they're going to go straight after the whatever agency's in charge of AI. That's going to be the first ones the AI program takes down.
The reason that I've been such an advocate for AI safety in advance of sort of anything terrible happening is that I think the consequences of AI going wrong are severe. So we have to be proactive rather than reactive. In the past, if you take, say, and I'm being somewhat late for, speaking of regulators, I'm a little late for the FAA. I'm meeting with the FAA.
We don't want to hold you up.
Mr. But yeah, if you take the example of say, seatbelts. Seatbelts were opposed by the auto industry for a very long time, even though the data was very clear that they're safe, that they radically improve deaths and injuries. So, we don't want to be in that situation where we're fighting regulations, even though, there's a safety thing. We can't wait for millions of people to die in auto accidents. And it's important to just elevate the question here. The question is really one of civilizational risk. So it's not like one group versus another, one group of humans versus another. It's like, hey, this is something that's potentially risky for all humans everywhere. Very important to understand that.
Is there an equivalent of
I gotta go.
Do you think that Congress is sufficiently ready to regulate AI?
No, not yet. No, the sequence of events will not be jumping in at the deep end and making rules, but it starts with insight. In fact, this is actually how all of the regulatory bodies have been formed, I believe, is you start with a group formed to create insight, to understand the situation. Then you have proposed rulemaking. You'll get some objections from industry or whatever. And then ultimately you get sort of a consensus on rulemaking. That rulemaking then becomes law or regulation.
What's your message to an ordinary person,
I saw very little disagreement, actually.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you.
Is AI, Elon, do you still want to have a cage fight with Mark Zuckerberg?
Wait, what?
Elon Musk leaving Capitol
What
Hill.
about Zuckerberg?
Very little disagreement, actually.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you.
Is AI, Elon, do you still want to have a cage fight with Mark Zuckerberg?
Elon Musk leaving Capitol Hill.
Musk says, I want to smoke with the Zuck. What's he in
With
here? Model Y?
endeavors right there. Excellent questioning,
Model
grabbing him on his
Y.
way out. Had a lot to say. He said that he does believe there will probably be some kind of AI regulation.
Model Y. Come on, Elon. Step it up to the big dog. You deserve the Model X, Elon. Come on. And that is SDAO. So, I have some call options on SDAO as hedges, right? This is definitely risky because when it comes to SDAO, here's the deal. It's basically an inverse of 3x of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So if the Dow Jones Industrial Average goes up in any substantial way, SDAO plummets, right? Now, on the flip side, if let's say there's a scenario where the market tanks huge, SDAO prints money in those sorts of scenarios because it's basically doing a 3x. So let's say on a daily basis. So let's say the market's down, 1.5%. SDAO should be up 4.5% on that given day, right? So yeah, SDAO can be great and it can be absolutely horrible, but it's certainly very, very risky. Now, if you're wondering, because I know a lot of people are curious, do they have basically an SDAO for the NASDAQ? And yes, they do. It's called SQQQ. And this is for folks that like to basically do the inverse of the NASDAQ on a daily basis, which is certainly a dangerous proposition. It certainly paid handsomely last year, but man, it's a dangerous proposition. Here's the deal, okay? Look at SQQQ this year, right? This baby started at $54. It's $18 here today. What is this? Walgreens stock? Holy smoke, is WBA? What in the flip and flapjacks going on? And this is funny. I saw this little headline on Google from February 8th, 2023. SQQQ inflows soar as investors bet against tech. Oh man, if only those people knew what was actually coming. That was just a start. They thought, stocks, tech stocks rallying in January. That's crazy. It's going to go down, and then man, whew, what a rough ride that was, right? So. Nonetheless, folks, SDAO certainly very risky. One of the riskiest things I hold overall as certainly an ETF there. Okay. No,